So it's review time. Hang out for a minute. We'll get you a little review on this Predator generator. Up here at the shed, I don't have power. I have power down at the trailers, and I have an outlet at the pump house, but I don't have power lines running to the shed. So I use a generator. The Predator 6500 generator from Harbor Freight. I bought this generator before my first trip up here. I bought it from Harbor Freight, brand new. I didn't know what size I would need, so I kind of went through their grid on what I was going to be running, how many amps I would need, possibly, and I picked this generator out. Brought it up here. It's stayed here ever since. I haven't had to use it too much in the start, but after I started working in the shed here and I wanted power, instead of running extension cords all the way down to the temporary power pole, I fired this thing up. A little rundown on this machine. Your on-off switch, 12 volt DC, like a cigarette lighter from a car. 110, 4 110 plugs, and a 220 plug. Everything's got its own breaker. You've got a breaker for your 12 volt. You've got two breakers right here for your 240 volt, and a breaker right on top of each outlet. These outlets are also GFI, so that GFI will pop hopefully before the breaker does. Little red light over here for your low oil. When this machine senses that it's low on oil, it won't start. If it's running at the time, it shuts off. That keeps you from burning up your motor. So on this side, you've got your controls to start your motor. You got your choke, fuel shutoff switch, and your pull cord. Now the on button has to be in the on position for this machine to start. I've learned this through experience. It started as long as the on button is in the on position. Within the first 2 pulls, every time I've tried to start this machine. It's never been too hard to start. Start it with the choke on. As soon as it starts, turn the choke to the run position, and you're good to go. This is a 5500 watt generator with a peak of 6500 watts. Where that peak wattage comes in is when you're running something like an air compressor that takes a lot to get it going, but it doesn't take a lot to keep it running once it's going. The peak will get something going, but it's not meant to run at 6500 watts. It's meant to run at a max of 5500 watts. So when you're loading a generator up with different tools, you want to take that into account. What tools are you going to be running off the generator? How much wattage do those need? Get you a closer look at your fuel gauge. The white, when you see all white, it's empty. Now this is a float gauge, so as you jostle the machine around, that little float will bounce back and forth. When it settles down, it'll give you a true reading. If the red is all the way across, it's full. This machine weighs 211 pounds, according to the label on the side. I don't know if that's with oil and a full tank of gas, or if it's completely dry. But 211 pounds is too much to pick up. The picture on the box, when I bought the machine, showed it with 2 wheels and a pull handle. I didn't read the fine print on the box before I bought it. It wouldn't have made too much of a difference, other than the fact that I would have bought the wheels and the handle that are sold separately. It runs smooth. I turn it at an angle so the exhaust goes out the front door. I've left it set right here on the Connex box floor. I was worried about how much noise, how much vibration was going to transfer from this machine into the floor, making the walls, everything kind of echo with a vibration. I don't have that problem with this machine. It's pretty balanced. It doesn't seem to have that vibration to it. It doesn't move around on the floor. No problems with it. The back side of the machine right here shows your back side of your engine, your overhead valve, air cleaner, carburetor. This is an evap canister. Has to do with the fuel system. Then you have your muffler over here behind this big grate. That's a pretty big muffler. I have to say, it quiets it down a lot. something you need to think about when you're going to get a generator. How many watts do you need? Don't go by the peak wattage, go by the running wattage. The running wattage is the most you should run through that machine on a consistent basis. The peak is there to start something like an air compressor that takes more to get it started, and then after it's started, it doesn't take so much to run. This generator is a little bit small for what I would like it for long term. Right now, to run my garage, it's fine. After I get my garage set up, my house set up, I'd like to get a bigger generator so that I can hook into my power if the power goes out, start it up, and have it run my well. My well takes a 30 amp breaker. It's 400 feet deep. I believe it's a 3 horsepower motor. This generator won't do it. Not that I'm not happy with it. It runs this place, this shed, I can do whatever I want out here. But eventually, I'd like to have something that'll work no matter where I put it. So with that being said, find out how much wattage you need and buy a generator that's a little bit more than that. If you think this review is helpful, hit that thumbs up button. If you like what you see on this channel, our homestead vlog, hit that subscribe button. Hit the little bell for notifications. And leave a comment. If you've had this generator, you've had a problem with it, something I should look out for, or you just like it, you're new to the channel, you want to say hello, anything. Till next time, guys, go make something.